Hello and welcome. Today we're going to look at the Edelrid Ohm. It's kind of going to be an unboxing video. I just ordered this and we're going to see what we got here. So let's open it, well, let's take a look at it, see what we got. First thing I noticed is that I ordered the Ohm 2, and via the picture it looks like the Ohm 2, but it doesn't say it anywhere on the packaging. So I think that's a little interesting. It's got some German or Swiss or something here. I don't read. Oh wait, down here it says it's in, or shows in English, but it says it's an assisted braking resistor, increases the friction. And then we got a picture here of what we are, how we use it, what we're supposed to do with it, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory there, I guess. Let's take a look at it, see what we have. It's got taped in two different locations, which is a little odd. My blade here is a little dull, so hopefully it breaks this tape. Maybe it's even more than tape. Alright, pop it open. Got some packaging in here. Stuff in here pretty well. Alright, well, we got here some information about the carabiner that it comes with. Set that off to the side for now. The owner's manual for it. Here it indicates the Ohm 2. So there we have the confirmation that it is the newer version. And we've got all the different languages, I believe, for this direction and guidance and how to utilize it. Just at a quick glance, it looks like here in this particular photo, you're supposed to clip it down low. Your belayer goes, or you got your belayer down here, and then the rope's going through the ohm up to the climber. So we'll look into that a little bit more later. Let's take a look at the actual ohm in here. First thought is it's a little on the heavy side, but it's not going to be on your body for very long, so that's fine. Not too much of an issue. Color is nice and bright, so if you do drop it in the dirt or the leaves, you're not likely to lose it. I live in the Midwest where there's going to be a lot of leaves and grass. Yeah, it might be a little bit harder to see in grass, but dirt be easy to see if it is dropped. Got a nice little button here. It's got good spring tension on it. Open that up, and here we see our camming mechanism here. It doesn't actually move at all. It's just the geometry of how the item moves with friction and gravity to pivot into place to cause it to bite on the rope. Not much to it other than that. We got the button on here, got a little indication here for the climber end, and then the brake end down here, and that's about it. And then we got the swivel door here, locks into place, and that's it. Does show Ohm 2 down here, so we can verify that. Shows what size ropes that we can utilize it for, 8.9 to 11 millimeters. And here we've got indicator for the climber end, and then indicator here for your brake end. So pretty cool. Got your dog bone attached to a pivot here. So now you can put it on any way. Put your carabiner in the anchor hanger any way you want, and then it'll pivot to which direction it needs to go. One thing that's interesting here is we've got a nice little Allen bolt to replace the dog bone if that ever wears out. So, you know, soft goods should be replaced every 10 years or so. So that is kind of cool that you can replace that as needed, is so long as the ohm hasn't been worn out. You know, if you're running a lot of dirty rope through here, I'm sure that can wear down over time, but hopefully you're not letting your ropes get too dirty for that. The carabiner rated for 22 kilonewtons along the spine, 8 cross-loaded and 8 with the gate open. Of course, we don't want to cross-load the gate or cross-load the carabiner or have the gate open when it's loaded either. So, yeah, the Edelrid Ohm 2. Let's feed some rope in here and see what it does and what it looks like. We'll open it up. I just happen to have rope right next to me, so just feed it through here and then lock it in there. It moves pretty freely at a decent angle, but if we pivot that angle as if we've got our climber going up this way and our brake down here, as that moves, or as this would pivot up, locks on that rope and creates a little bit of friction. You can see how that's working here. We've got that V groove and the rope gets some friction right in through there. Here it's much more open, a little bit of a V groove, and this way as well. Up through here you've got more of that concave groove that it can slide through here fairly easily down to your belayer. And then up through here, a little bit more friction, so as this bends through that radius, more friction is put on, and it doesn't provide as much, or doesn't allow for as much force onto the belayer. My belaying partners are usually somewhere between 30 to 40 pounds lighter than me, so this will be a huge benefit for us when we climb. I'm going to go play with it a little bit this weekend, and hopefully we can see how well it works and my belayer doesn't feel uncomfortable with my falls. With that, this is the Edelrid Ohm 2. Then I did grab the instruction book, and I thought there were some kind of fun things here. You know, first page it kind of points out what the different options are. Thought it was interesting. It does thread lock on it so that it doesn't back out. That's what that looks like, thread lock. Shows when and where to use it. You know, when your climber is heavier than your belayer, use it then. So we got the little picture here with a big kilogram climber and the light kilogram belayer here. I'll try and get that close to the camera so you can see that. And shows the light kilogram belayer getting yanked off the ground when the heavy guy falls, but not with the Ohm 2. Then the belayer stays in place a lot easier. I like this little character here, and this one here shows the heavy belayer or heavy climber on the scale with the angry scale with a light belayer next to him. I just thought that was kind of a funny little cartoon character there. Then it goes through and shows how to operate it. I push the button, slide the door open, kind of walked through this earlier, and then feed the rope in properly with the climber through the climber side and the belayer to the belayer side, close the door, and then you're good to go. 3B here shows that you're good to go in that situation. You don't want to feed it the wrong direction, and you don't want to keep the door open. Let's see what we got on the next page. Then shows how to climb, what's going to happen if you fall. The friction is going to cause it to yank up and then cause even more friction to slow the pull onto the belayer, and the belayer isn't going to be as affected by the fall. Looks like this picture shows how to clip it into the hanger, and just kind of walks you through that. These pictograms are, I guess, are great for all languages. Here it shows that you can climb in either direction once you clip it. That pivot area will allow you to go in either direction. Doesn't matter which way you clip, I believe. That's what we're seeing here. This one here is showing all the different areas you can clip it to. You can clip it to a hanger or a glue-in, or you can clip it to a quick link that's on the hanger as well. But you want to inspect where you clip it into, and you don't want to clip it into your trad gear. You don't want to clip it into a nut or a cam or even a piton. Let's see what we got on the next page here. Here we're seeing the right way to use it, how it feeds up, and it's nice and easy to go. You want to keep that clipped up several meters from the ground. You want to stay, oh, I see what we're seeing here. You want to stay within about a meter away from the ohm, and then a meter backward from it and a meter away from it. So fairly close. Here in the States, we usually refer to a meter, roughly 3 feet. So you want to stay pretty close to where that is so that it can work properly. If it ever gets stuck and the climber short ropes himself after it's been activated or anything like that, wiggling the rope should allow it to free. That's what we're seeing here in this little pictogram. And here, on the next page, step 10A, we've got our climber who looks like they're top roping. You could utilize it as a belayer top roping. Looks like you can also utilize it from the top roping. So they show you exactly how to do that in this picture here. So that'll be interesting for those who top rope as well. Anything to create a little bit more friction to keep the belayer on the ground comfortably and not being yanked up the wall and smacked into the falling climber. Also better for the climber to not injure their belayer if they fall, and they don't have to worry about that and have that stress. So that's just a couple pages in the user guide. I'm sure there's plenty others to look into, but I think that'll give you enough information for the Edelrid Ohm 2. All right, so I thought it was kind of heavy, and I mentioned it was heavy earlier. So I wanted to actually get the scale out and weigh it. In my other life, I'm somewhat of a weight weenie cyclist, so I've got a gram scale here. So we'll see what the exact grams are, the one that we got. Tear that, turn it on and tear it. Put on our Ohm 2 as it comes out of the packaging. And we're showing 447.48 grams. It's a little chunky, but again, we're just going to wear it to the first clip, or even use our stick clip on it so that we don't ever have to carry it with us. So there's our weight of that. Move that out of the way, set that here. The Edelrid Ohm 2.